Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between EleMenTfiNi and Sergey on Ruins of Seras. This is a Legacy of the Void replay that was submitted to me at FalconPaladin@gmail.com. You too can submit replays to me at FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and I will probably cast them at this point. Alright, let's get right on into it. In the bottom right of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Zerg player. It is EleMenTfiNi. And in the top right of Ruins of Seras, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Sergey. A very Russian name, if there ever was one. Throwing out the good luck is Element. Sergey does not respond, perhaps not understanding what that means in his native Russian. Although, come on, if you play StarCraft 2, you know what that means. Even if you don't necessarily speak English. GLGL, GLHF, you know totally what that is. So Sergey is instead intending to ignore his Zerg opponent, perhaps not liking Zerg. Not liking how the things in the beta are wrapping up so far. Alright, so this is a ZVP on the latest patch of Legacy of the Void, which means that Queens inject automatically for Zerg. There is no Chrono Boost for Protoss. Zealot Charge is a little more powerful, and other changes we'll discuss throughout the rest of the game. And actually we spawn on the same sides of the map. The map here for Ruins of Seras. I don't see this very often. Again, I don't see this map very often either, so I'm not sure how common it is, but this is not like Shakura's Plateau, where you could only spawn here, and then your enemy would either be here or here. They could not spawn close to you like this. So actually, what is the rush distance? So go down here, head down this way, through this, down, down, down. You have to go around. You have to go around, down again, and up this ramp, and then to the natural. Alright, that's probably as far as this probe just traveled, right? So fairly equidistant, even though the actual as the crow flies distance is not too short between these two mains. It's as by air, not by ground. So it makes sense. I'm not sure if Sergey knows that though. Choosing instead to scout up here, probably going to scout down here next and then scout over here a little bit late, which is always a problem. If you've invested a probe that's not mining to send it out scouting instead and it doesn't find the opponent until the very last place you look, it feels like a waste of minerals, even though there's really nothing you could have done. Because I think officially Element could have spawned here or here, so these are legitimate places to check. But instead he spawned here, and the probe's going to be very sad to see that is the case. So get a Queen here. Yep, Queen is on the way. Again, no Chrono Boost whatsoever. This Zealot cannot be Chrono Boosted out. Double Gateway after Cybernetics Core. So Gateway, Cyber Core, Gateway here from our friend Sergey. And let's take a look at this Queen. I like watching this. So ready, Queen. Pop, inject. Yeah, look at that. That is so fast. I don't think she even hits the ground before that inject gets off. That's how good she is at her job, ladies and gentlemen. I give you the Queen. Both hatcheries are perfectly injected. Both queens have so little energy because it's automatic. That's what happens when you have autocast on your spawn larva. So I wonder, it says target a hatchery, lair, or hive and spawns 2 larvae in 29 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really say it's going to go find a hatchery or a lair or a hive. I imagine if the queen's out here, like spawning creep tumors, it's not going to run all the way back here to inject. At least I have to assume that won't happen. We're going to have to see if that is a thing, though, if we actually have a creep queen available to spread that creep. But here comes a Zealot on its own. Going to try to kill some stuff. All right, brave Zealot, all on his lonesome. He doesn't have a Stalker or a Mothership Core to save him. Going to use drones to try to kill. Good micro there from Element. Actually pulling away the wooden drones. Not quite. That one ends up dead. And another one going to die as well. No. Going to try to target that weakened one. And the Queen gets the kill. The Zealot evaporates. Queen does have a single kill. I think that Zealot got a single drone kill. Yes, it did. So probably didn't pay for itself. That 100 minerals didn't really go into exactly what Sergey hoped it would. But that is A-okay. Again, another thing that QXC has talked about in this latest patch is the fact that you can't just replenish workers super fast. You can't throw down a ton of mules if you lose a bunch of workers. You can't Chrono Boost out a whole ton of probes. You can't inject and just spawn 18 drones at the same time to replace the ones that died. It means that every worker is more precious. To replace them is slower than it used to be. So any harassment you can get off, whether it's drop play, whether it's early Zergling harass, whether it's blink stalkers, actually pays for itself a lot more than it used to before when there were the macro abilities. So we have to keep that in mind, that every harassment that leads to worker kills is actually probably a good thing. So pretty good macro here from EleMenTfiNi. It is 39 harvesters to 32 in favor of Sergey. Sergey does have a single Stargate here at the front door with the Oracle. Again, the Oracle's a little bit late. We've seen this in some previous Protoss casts where the Oracle comes out at the 5-minute mark and pretty much everybody's ready for it already. But actually, I don't see any static defense here at all for that Oracle. And maybe Element thinks the same thing, that it's too late for Oracle Harass, so he's not going to bother putting up Spore Crawlers, but that is a pretty dangerous way to think, to be entirely honest. These Stalkers are shooing away this Overlord, saying, you cannot scout things. Did it see the Oracle, though? Yes, it saw the Oracle, just a matter of if Element saw it or not. Not throwing down Spine Crawlers. There are 2 Queens here, that's good. That is good for our Zerg player. Getting Ravagers here, excellent choice as well. They can hit air stuff with their Corrosive Bile ability. Just a little bit slow. So here comes the Ravager, or I'm sorry, the Oracle actually going after the Queen first of all, and it can kill the Queen, but it took a lot of damage in the meantime. And here comes some Ravagers trying to throw down Corrosive Bile. Ooh, is that friendly fire? Does that actually hit all units? Yeah, I think you can friendly fire with Corrosive Bile, which is a problem. But nope, not moving the Oracle out of the way. Did that take any damage at all? I feel like it should have taken damage, but it didn't for some reason, so who knows. Oracle is actually out of energy, is forced to run away until it gets the requisite 25 it needs for Pulsar Beam. Yes, 25 energy is what is required. Heading out with these Roaches and these Ravagers. They get intercepted, though, by a couple Adepts and a couple Stalkers, but they are super outnumbered right now. Time Warp going down just to slow down the chasing forces. They say, you know what, we're not actually going to chase you anyway. We're going to head up to the front door of your base and see what damage we can cause. Any sentries there? Your force fields are void because we have Ravagers. Ooh, high ground sneak attack. Corrosive Bile again, missing everything. I think the percentage of Corrosive Biles that hit is like 10%. It is not good at all. The Roach is coming right on in. A few reinforcing Lings. That's good against these Stalkers. Getting surrounds forces them actually to not be able to retreat. So there it is, taking another one and another one and another Stalker. 3 in quick succession. These Lings were a good choice. Getting us around, not a great idea on those Zealots either. Trying to take out, what did we try to take out that with Corrosive Bile? I don't know, but we're on the front door with Element. There are Stalkers in the back that are hitting things. The Pulsar Beam trying to do what it can, and there's also a Void Ray. The Void Ray activating the prismatic alignment, immediately burning down so many Roaches. Getting in here, though, is Element. And this is just such a tough position to be in as the Zerg player because it feels like you're going to lose all your units. You're on a timer to kill as much as you possibly can. Do I kill pylons? Do I kill workers? Do I try to kill army units? I just don't know. These probes actually making themselves better targets by choosing to attack. Ooh, big Corrosive Bile taking out actually several probes there. Good choice there at the same time. Effectively denying all mining at this base. I think this attack was probably worth it for Element, especially in light of the earlier conversation that we had. Going up into the main base as well. This Roach expedition has been super effective. I think they're all going to die here, though. Yep, get surrounded and they end up dead. Some Lings are going after this proxy gateway. It's going to end up destroyed as well. Third base is also up for Element, up 45 to 23 Harvesters in favor of the Zerg player, throwing down Spore Crawlers. Couple of Spore Crawlers there. No Spore Crawlers here. I'm not sure why, but in case that Oracle comes back or a Void Ray comes back, he'll be ready for it. I think that's the idea. Link's coming up just to scout what's on the way. What is on the way are Adepts and Zealots and Stalkers and Void Rays, as well as a single Oracle. These poor Zerglings just wanted to scout. Almost all of them die. 2 of them do manage to report the incursion back to the home base. And Element just needs to make a whole bunch of units. He has the upgrade advantage. I think he has the upgrade advantage. He has the worker advantage. He just needs to make use of it right now. And here we come. Roaches popping out. Hydras are on the way as well. 4 Hydras is very good. 2 Queens on the way to take care of this Oracle. Are they going to be able to kill it? A couple more hits, and yes, I think the Hydra actually got the kill. But here we come. Sergey trying to make something happen. Roaches, Hydras, drones. Queens are defending. Time Warp actually going down on his own units. I'm not sure what that was about, but all that's left at this point are some Zealots and a few Adepts, and actually 3 Stalkers, and the Void Ray is really scary too, let's not lie. So the Hydras are actually on rally. Nope, they decide to actually stop and attack. A few more Hydras are popping out. They take down the Void Ray. Do they get it? Yes, they get the Void Ray, but there's still a ton of units left here. Element is in a lot of trouble, forced to pull drones off the line to try and deal with this. Reinforcing Roaches are coming from the backside, exactly what Element needed to try and kill this attacking army. Zealots in the front, though, actually doing a lot of damage. Psionic Transfer being used to get the Adepts out of there into a more advantageous position. More Roaches come down from the main base, and we actually might be able to clean this up. I can't believe it. Wow, Element does clean up that attack. Reinforcing Stalkers are coming down, though. They don't do well against Roaches, however. I don't think they want to stand and fight, especially if they don't have Blink. Yeah, they need to run from this number of Roaches. Element did lose a lot of workers there, but again, it's still 32. 227. He does have 3 bases here. still trying to get that worker count up here as Sergey, not actually spending a lot of money replacing the drones that he lost in that earlier attack. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. His attack did catch Element off guard, which is really good. But at the same time, I just don't know that it killed the Zerg player like he wanted to do. So heading back home to the safety of the creep as Element, he's going to take a breather, continue making Hydras, continue making drones to replace the ones that died, as well as extractors, as gas is the lifeblood of the Zerg economy. So no third base right now for Sergey, which I think is good news for Element. He'd be happy to hear that. Another push out. I'm not sure why we keep seeing Adepts. Adepts aren't great against Roaches. They're pretty good against Hydras, though. And I guess we did see Hydras on the way from Element in the previous battle, so Adepts might be a good choice, better than I thought. A Lurker is morphing somewhere. Lurker morphing. Oh, just kidding. That's just the Hydralisk den morphing into a Lurker den, not actually a Lurker. Misread that for a second. That is super embarrassing. All right, here come the Stalkers. Here come the Adepts. Here comes the Sentry. 2 Sentries. Again, I think Sentries are good, especially because the Ravager count is 0 right now for our Zerg player. Yep, no Ravagers at all. Those force fields should be a lot more effective than they would have been in the early game. Sneaking around the left side like a sneaky sneaker. Here comes the Protoss, taking down that Queen immediately. She gets an inject off, though, first. Good job, Queen. And here come the Roaches and the Hydras. Good force fields. Not actually super great. The rest of the army does get around them. Getting a good concave. The Hydras in the back are pretty much untouched right now. The Adepts getting sniped down. Sentries dying as well. Stalkers reinforcing Roaches coming around the right side for the Sandwich attack on Sergey's forces. They're standing and fighting. They're not microing at all, and they get entirely cleaned up. Element does take the upper hand on that. It's 112 to 30 supply right now. Whew, Element is definitely in the lead in this game. I don't see a way for the Protoss player to come back. If we're entirely honest with you, Pylon getting sniped down. Really, I don't know why it's there. It's a bit of a forward Pylon, but I'm not sure how much utility it actually provided Sergey in the long run. A bunch of Zealots, a Void Ray. I just don't know if this is the right answer. There are Hydras on the field. There's Roaches. Both these are pretty good counters to what we have from the Protoss player at this point. Are we going to take another sneak base? Yep. Sneaking a third base way over here is Sergey, hoping it does not get spotted by Element. Element is taking a fourth base, however, to compensate for that, even though he doesn't know he's compensating for it. That is what he's doing. Lurkers are in the army now. Lurkers heading up, joining the rest of the Roaches and the Hydras on their march towards the front base. Lurkers planting right at the front door, saying, do you have any detection at all? The answer is no. I don't think there's any detection. Photon cannons, there are no observers. That's for sure. The Roaches come up. Lurkers providing additional damage to everything. They're pretty much invincible at this point. The Hydras don't need to do anything at all, and that's it. Sergey's defeated. Element is victorious, and Sergey has left the game. So, pretty crazy nonstop action there. Both players going back and forth, back and forth. I think that last battle down here with Element, he was able to get reinforcing Roaches and Hydras just at the last second from this base, from this base, from this base. I think the automatic injects from the Queens really helped in this game to have the larva available to make those units when he needed them. That's been my problem in the past, is I need units. I have the money for it, but my larva count is too low because I've been missing injects. So, anyway, really good game there. Really good ZVP. Thanks for sending that in to me today, Element. And this has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.